Do you like constant weapon empowerment for you and your team? Do you like constantly healing your friends and yourself? Do you like setting the world ablaze? Do you like making your friends ask if it's possible to overdose on light? Because my friend, I'm the Harmassist. Killing and healing are my middle names, and just as any good medic says, let's go practice medicine. Given that we're using a light subclass, you don't need to worry about aspects or fragments, and thanks goodness for that, as it adds so much time to editing. For this build, you will need Lumina, Middle Tree Attunement of Grace Dawnblade, and one of these two exotics, being Sunbracers or Boots of the Assembler. Finally, we must answer what each of these aspects of the build are trying to accomplish. The class tree is first on the menu. Attunement of Grace grants faster cooldowns after buffing or healing a teammate. This can be proc through throwing a healing grenade, hitting an enemy with your empowered melee with teammates nearby, or having a teammate be affected by your rift. This can also be proc through the usage of Boots of the Assembler when a Seeker ends up hitting a teammate. Lumina is second. It states that killing an enemy with Lumina will grant you noble rounds and refill your mag for 4 per shot per Seeker collected. Noble rounds can be fired into a teammate using hip-fired shots to heal them and grant both of you a free weapon buff. If you have the Catalyst, it also makes enemies drop 2 noble rounds on death, which is very effective at refilling the magazine, as well as effectively giving you 20 full seconds of what equates to 35% weapon damage increase. This build with Boots of the Assembler attempts to keep the Lumina damage buff up as much as possible, while healing teammates over time, while Sunbracers attempt to keep your melee up as much as possible to proc infinite grenades. Next are the exotics. Sunbracers are up first, which state that getting an empowered melee kill will grant you infinite solar grenades for 5 seconds, while also making them last longer overall. The 5 seconds is very short and it's only enough to throw 5 grenades. However, if you save your 5th grenade and use it to heal a teammate, it will give back most of your melee. If your melee ended up empowering a teammate, healing a teammate with your final grenade will give back your entire melee, as Benevolent Dawn works over time to give you your cooldowns back. If you mess up this combo, simply shoot a teammate with Lumina to regain the Benevolent Dawn buff, or throw it out a rift that somebody can walk over. If you're deciding to take a more defensive approach, Boots of the Assembler work wonders. These are obtained from Legend Lost sectors dropping boots, so keep an eye out if you want them. What these do depends on your rift. If you're standing in a healing rift, it will send out healing orbs which will seek out teammates. While you're in an empowering rift, these will send out orbs which grant a damage buff instead. Upon a Seeker impacting a teammate, it will spawn a noble round after a long delay, which can be loaded into Lumina as well as granting you Benevolent Dawn upon impact with a teammate. So how does this all tie together? Your objective is to ensure that 2 buffs are constantly up, these being Blessing of the Sky and Benevolent Dawn. Benevolent Dawn is provided to you through buffing or healing teammates as mentioned before, which grants you speedy cooldowns, while Blessing of the Sky is granted by hitting a teammate with a noble round from Lumina, which grants you and your teammate a 35% damage buff. In PvP, this is really good for combining with specific weapons, such as 120 hand cannons for those 2 taps, 72 RPM snipers for that 1 tap, or in my case, rapid fire fusion rifle because it was funny. In PvE, it's really good for everybody on your team as well, as you are effectively a walking weapons of light buff that throws grenades at stuff. So how does it work on action? For the PvE portion of this build, I would recommend Sunbracers, especially in lower content. The reason for that being is that it's easy to get empowered melee kills to proc Sunbracers, which allow you to spam grenades en masse at targets. If you have the mods, combining your solar grenade with Wrath of Rasputin and Global Reach allows for even more solar explosions, while Ashes to Assets allows for gaining extreme sums of super energy from getting kills via grenades. However, for higher end content, I would recommend Boots of the Assembler, as getting free Lumina shots both refills your ammo and grants your teammates as well as yourself a free weapon damage buff from it. Granting your entire team a damage buff normally reserved for a super on another class is incredibly powerful. As for PvP, I would recommend Boots of the Assembler yet again. The ability to get free Lumina shots is fantastic and allows for silly combos with high individual shot weapons, such as 120 hand cannons, bows, 72 RPM snipers, and so on, with rapid fire autos also being very effective. On top of that, it gives you back your abilities very quickly, giving you the option to lock down an area through keeping your teammates healed and your enemies suppressed with solar grenades, all while granting buffs from standing in your rift and shooting out extra healing when needed. Also, a couple tips with this build which may be helpful. Keep an eye on teammates as they're taking damage, as there's no way to actively see your teammate's bar in-game currently. The only real way to tell if a teammate is low is by watching their shields break or having them scream like small child in a voice call. In PvP, you can also see if a teammate's HP is low by watching their behavior. If they are crouched in a corner or just run into a corner, they most likely need a heal. If a teammate is actively getting shot at, you can send out healing shots as they're getting shot at. If you spam all of them at once, then they only get healed for about 1 second. However, if you fire a noble round every other second, you can keep them in the fight for longer while also not wasting too many noble rounds. Just remember, you may be the healer, but your gun shoots actual bullets at times. Using your constant damage buff, you can outgun most people easily, especially with the nerfs to 120s and shotguns. Another tip is that your grenade doesn't always have to be used for a healing grenade. Throwing a solar nade into a group of enemies can be just as effective as throwing a healing one out at your team. It all depends on the situation. You are the Harmassist after all. And that's about it. While you may not feel as if you're doing a whole lot, that damage and healing both allows your team to get kills and stay alive for more killing. The combination of buffs and the en masse healing can definitely turn a fight in your favor, and having them on a very short cooldown makes these builds all the more powerful. And just a final note, so y'all may have noticed that I haven't been uploading as of late. There's a good reason for that. It's the same reason I stopped streaming on Twitch, and it's due to internet problems. For example, I was trying to get PvP footage for certain builds, however what happens most of the time is my internet cuts in and out. While it does work at times, there's so many times that it doesn't. There's things like lack of hit registration, people walking through walls and getting instantly killed once my client catches up to what the server's doing. It's quite infuriating at times. Really? Really, game? Yep. That's great. This is great. However, I think I fixed some of the issues and be uploading more often, as long as school doesn't get in the way. But we'll have to see what happens. See y'all in the next video, and good luck. Finally, I'm going to play some clips here, which is just me doing shenanigans in PvP with some of my friends. We're doing, just kind of like going around in control and just using this build, just to see what would happen. I was using it with a bow, especially with the nerfs, which I really like, with the shotguns and 120s. So it gives room for the sandbox to actually, have anything other than hand cannons and shotguns everywhere. But we'll see what happens. All right, cheers.
I'm going with Cap C.
I agree. Right side. Got him.
Bro.
Sit down. I'm done playing games.
Spawned behind him.
Oh, that's a knife. Oh god! Well, there goes my
It
kill streak.
doesn't matter. He may have killed us. Well, don't worry, he died in the process. John, how many people are at B?
None.
Damn.
Dropping in
I like
tower.
how I've already pushed up to 3rd place.
A heavy spawning. They got heavy, I'm guessing? Yeah, they got heavy.
Yeah, only one of them did.
He
though.
burned a stasis super on wall. Nice. Good job. GG.
Ego is over here with a memory interdict with a grenade launcher. Heavy grenade launcher.
Nice. You guys got my number. I'm behind you, phone.
What the?
No, I can't.
that's-
I cannot heal you through that. I'm sorry.
I killed a John man somehow, so I take that. Shoot the tether, try to give him a... Oh shit, they're going B again.
I'm just gonna kill the guys who are going after him.
Yep.
It actually worked. I saved his life.
Let me see, where are you?
Alright. I'll get ready over here. Alright, hit me.
Okay.
Alright, let's go.
God damn it.
You got some. Somebody else had the same
Shot
idea.
at you.
I left them to get hit by metro points.
Alright, well, if Radiance is out.
Died mid-dodge, I died mid-dodge.
Why? Why,
Why?
game?
Wait,
Why?
Flame, why cast that there? You cast on B. Because now they're capping B. Shit.
I got it.
I'm on a melee spree, guys.
Why are we also using
You're fine?
The silver
fine.
guy who's using Chaperone originally now uses Wind Warrior, which is fine weird.
Yeah, he saw me using them.
Oh shit, I got saved, thank you. Here's your rewards. I'm on a 10 spree.
Ah. Not there.
They're up and heavy. They're gonna try and take C.
Did that guy just full send into your grenade?
Yep. He's a dope grenade. I'm like, cool. Congratulations. They did. I don't have special.
30 seconds remain. Finish them.
I got him back though.
Yeah, nice.
I like how his corpse is burning on the floor and it's just like, he screams as his shields break.
Okay, what the fuck? That's a chaos rage.
I can't heal you through that.
Yeah, I think.
Nice shot, dude.
Wait, where was that? Oh no, it was a Widow Horde. It was a Widow Horde, yeah.
So,
Heavy's up.
I think Wither Horde is bugged now again. Or that was a very odd occurrence. Because I didn't hit anywhere near him. He should have won that gunfight. And I should have just
On the
died.
clash. I didn't realize that.
Sit the f down.
He's gonna push.
I didn't realize I was done the clash. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you, Greatness. Very nice.
Pushing
I
B.
forgot how terrible he
I was shooting counter. I'm sorry. I was shooting for. I thought you were an enemy. I was blind.
Yes, I am enemy.
This is great.
Hey, this enemy has a lot of blind nades, to be honest, surprisingly.
Me am enemy. Me do very good.
What with the
Me
blinds?
get blinded again.
I hate the enemies with amount of blind.
That
they
was
have.
that was
Jesus.
literally my best ever super.
They need to nerf Dune Marchers again. This 20-meter bullshit.
That works through walls.
Exactly. It should. Need to nerf that thing back to where it was. This is interesting.
Oh, I killed him with that! What?
So, you want to know what happened there, John?
Wither Horde?
So, with the Wither Horde in there, I broke his barrier and he couldn't get it back. Unless he ran in and out of the bubble repeatedly.
Healing you, Stalin? Oh, I didn't make it in time, sorry.
I may die, but I'm taking him with me.
I need to heal bad.
I defended and avenged it. And you avenged me. And then you're dead.